This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With no gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
BK Dub, BK Dub, BK Dub,
BK Dub.
Bad Karma Wrestling in your face!
In your house.
I almost said in your house, but I didn't want to get copyrighted.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. No, we're in your backyard.
No, you don't think so? You don't think so? Welcome into Bad Karma Wrestling. I'm David Double. Ooh.
Hello there, I love you.
I'm David Double D Dykstra. That's my boy.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston.
We are here to talk all things wrestling.
Yes.
All kinds of wrestling stuff's going on. There was a little pay-per-view over the weekend, last weekend.
Sure was.
That we need to break down. WWE stuff going on. A little. I'm gonna bring this up when we talk WWE. There's a little verbal war going on between two former WWE people. I like it, and it's over a current WWE roster guy. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. So do you want to get? Oh, and of course we've got Scotty's World of Wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see what kind of shenanigans he gets us into.
Yeah, we got some hot takes to get to.
Yeah. So do you want to start with WrestleDream?
Oh, yeah, we have to.
Let's break down WrestleDream for everyone.
Break down the card, break down the big time, not retirement, full-time retirement, obviously.
Spoilers,
yeah,
dude.
Spoilers
man.
ahead.
What are you doing? Spoilers.
If
It's on you.
Anyone that knows.
Although, I did find out a very interesting thing. Bleacher Report did not have it this time.
Yeah, it was on payperview.com.
And Thriller TV.
Ah, that's right. Yeah,
I got it on Thriller TV.
Okay, we got through.
I don't trust it at a payperview.com.
That one's actually trustworthy. It's not that bad, and it gave you a package deal if you bought this WrestleDream. You got last year's WrestleDream to rewatch too.
Oh,
Yeah, they hooked it up.
interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have to have an account with them?
I think
or?
so.
Oh,
It's
have an
free.
account with them.
I'm pretty sure it's free.
Really?
Yeah.
All
I didn't order it. I threw my buddy money.
I'll check into it.
Yep.
That being said, 0 Hour, Brian Cage defeats Atlantis Jr. and becomes the new ROH TV title champion.
Yeah. No, I didn't really we kind of didn't really get to the 0 hour, but yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a surprise. Brian Cage getting some gold, but he's added to the Don Callis family, which we saw later on Dynamite this week. So
yeah, I don't know where this Callis family is going.
It's a new era.
Brutal.
of the Don Callis family.
To me, AEW is becoming more violent oriented.
Sure.
And I'm going to be interested to see where
maybe
it
that's
goes.
the image they want to kind of give off to you. I mean, I know
I'm not against it.
Yeah.
Granted, WWE, I believe, will become more violent once, certain things happen, a.k.a. Netflix. But
Sure,
do I think they will be as violent as AEW? Probably not.
Yeah, no, it'll still look very kind of cartoony and still having to catch up in that sort of way. But I know, again, they have to deal with the TV rating that they have, so.
Yeah. Anna Jay defeats Harley Cameron. Meh.
Yeah, no.
Anna Jay's getting a push, though.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Dynamite, she came after, I believe, Mariah May.
I would think so.
So
I think she's next up for the title.
Top
title
quality
shot.
opponent where Mariah May can then again, until Tony and her girlfriend get back onto the scene, because I guess they're both over in Japan right now.
Oh, is that right?
Stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Working out.
Ah.
And then the Acclaimed defeat Eminem.
Yeah.
Not the old school Eminem.
No Johnny Nitro. No.
This new school Eminem that I listen, I'll be very honest with you. I think Massey could be a dude. Mansur, the only reason that dude ever got over is because of the deal that WWE had with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think he's that great of a wrestler.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to call him Mace, because that whole crap
That was brutal. I
shoot
mean,
that was-
anybody that was a part of that still. I mean, obviously, even Mustafa Ali still recovering from that. He had to run for president for us to finally get over that.
He had to trumpet.
Yeah, truly. Honestly, from the highlight of that, maybe even the highlight of the whole 0 hour was seeing Rico backstage with Eminem.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a good bit. That was a solid bit right there. So
Enrico still looks like he's in decent shape.
yeah, he's keeping up with it. Good for him.
And he's probably like 60 or something now. So
really?
Yeah.
Think so?
He's old.
Oh, okay.
He was old when he was a wrestler
really.
/ manager.
That's. Oh, yeah, I think you're onto something, but I'll double check.
You can double check while we go into the main card. To start it off, Jay White defeats Adam Page. Did you see this coming?
He is 63 years old.
Told you.
I'm
Bam,
sorry. Well, I'm sorry. Well,
Bam, 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 bam. Ooh.
yeah. Wow. That is nuts. Yeah. Jay White and Adam Page, correct? Is that?
Yeah, Jay White, Adam Page.
I thought it was fantastic way to get over in a nice solid way. Obviously, like we mentioned, it would have been tough to see Jay White go down in the first match he comes back to, but later on Dynamite,
And still has not mentioned who that next person is that he's coming after. He said there were 2 people that he needed to
get even with.
As far as I know, he hasn't mentioned the second one.
Would you think MJF or
Who knows? Who knows? In that
Yeah,
crazy switchblade mind of his.
That's true too, or maybe Okada. I mean, at that point, you kind of just when you add like, oh, it's a mystery person, it could be exactly that. You could throw it up to anybody for speculation.
Once again, 2 great workers doing their thing, having a great match. Ending was phenomenal
Yes.
with the reverse into the switchblade.
Oh yes, that was amazing.
I will say this: Adam Page done effed up on Dynamite though. Someone came out too early for his spot.
Oh, is that yeah?
And then had to lay down on the ground for the next 5 minutes until his spot actually hit. Oops.
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 I think they were treating it like the Christian moment too, and he also that one was planned, but he just kind of laid there like a log.
Yep. I still don't like his gimmick right now. I still don't. I can't.
Who now, Christian?
Adam Page's, man. I just can't. I
Adam
can't.
Page.
He plays a horrible angry dude because he's already angry.
Yeah. He's just
And now he's trying to take it over. No, just be your normal angry self.
pissed off cowboy.
Yeah,
That's
just
all
be
he
a
is.
pissed off cowboy.
Yeah.
And do cowboy shiatsu. Mariah May retains against Willow Nightingale. Really good match.
Yeah, solid. Honestly, Willow Nightingale.
Really good match.
They were working a very solid match all the way around. Honestly, tip of the cap to both of them. Yeah, well, like we say, Willow Nightingale can move and go. Like she very much probably carries that match. And in all honesty, for me, Mariah May retaining makes sense though, very much so. But did you catch the media scrum or the lack of questions that she got after?
Oh yeah, no one gives 2 poos about her.
Fair.
Nobody.
I thought it was funny that people in the comments were like, "Oh, this," and then this is why the response that she gives. This is why no one talks to her. I'm like, "Oh," why? And then other people were like, "Wow, was the heel doing heel things? Is that an issue?"
If Mariah May is encompassing that true like diva persona kind of thing where like her poo don't stink, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
If you're really gonna do it, but if that was a real thing,
Honestly, that could be just for her. That could be just some sort of reality check. Like, hey, maybe I actually do have to turn it up with this character in some sort of way because you got big shoes to fill after what we just saw with Toni Storm. So
yeah. You had Jack Perry retaining versus Shibata.
it's crazy that we're saying that. But all around, I mean, solid.
Solid match.
Yeah.
I'll give it a solid match.
Jack
It's what
Perry-
happened after that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
So Daniel Garcia comes out, saves Shibata from getting hit in the head again by Jack Perry with the belt.
Yeah. Because, he had his brain out on an operating table and put back in Shibata. So that's just...
Subdural hematoma. they never thought he would wrestle again.
Yeah.
Like, this dude wrestling again is a minor miracle.
Yeah. So blows to the head are kind of, no, don't do that. Please don't do that.
So Garcia comes out and saves him, and then all of a sudden, MJF's music hits, which I did not see coming. I figured he would be gone for a little while because he just finished with Happy Gilmore, and now he was moving on to another movie, from what everybody said, and damn if his music didn't hit. Now, I will say this. Daniel Garcia had a great promo. Or no, it's the other guy that had the great promo. Did you notice anything different about Mr. MJF?
No. Not well,
Very clean.
with the face.
With the face. And his hair, little out of control.
Okay.
Not
Maybe-
sure if I dig it or not.
Okay. Maybe just a good wardrobe, good you coming to get a little bit of makeup still from working on site.
A possibility he found a look that he liked, and
Yeah.
he's like, I want this.
Yeah. I want this to look like this, and then,
MJF
but
comes out,
give up on this. It's okay.
starts beating up Daniel Garcia, says he didn't even break a sweat beating Daniel Garcia the last time, which I love that. That's hilarious.
I
it's
love
so
when he
good.
was on oxygen. He goes, light work. That's still one of the best.
It's so good. But then, music hits again. And it's all about the boom, baby.
Not this boom. This boom.
Yeah. Adam Cole sprinting to the ring.
That was okay. Good to pick up on that one.
I was like, okay, that ankle's good.
Yeah, he's
Ankle's
good. To go.
good. Just don't jump off anything.
Yes, please do not do that.
Don't jump off anything. That's where it exploded the last time. We're good. Let's go.
Exploded again was the word that he described.
Yeah, exploded. That being said,
My ankle exploded.
continues, no promo there, but he comes out, cuts a promo on Dynamite
Yes.
where he said MJF had hair and replacement surgery, and that's why his hair's so big right now. And I went, oh my God, that might actually be true. That might actually be true.
He could have taken the time. Probably. I think he does. He did have some Turkish, some time in Turkey. I think that's where they end up doing most of these surgeries. So it could be very true. It's very possible.
He was thinning.
Yeah.
His hair looked full when he came back. Maybe that was the difference.
I mean, it could be from stress, and
Are you
that's
saying
how you lose your
his hair is ass? Is that what you're trying to say there, Andrew?
Oh my.
Little,
We
but
But
Takeshita wins the
international
international title over Ricochet and Ospreay.
with some help of Don Callis, sure, but this was I mean, did this not what was the show stealer? Probably this. Obviously, the main event had its moments.
The main event was fantastic.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But this to me was it wasn't as good. This actually, as much as I hate to say it, did not live up to what I wanted it to be. But
Too many cooks type deal.
No. There were moments in this match where I was like, this is phenomenal. And then there were dead periods where I was like, what's going on? Are we not keeping up with the momentum? The dead zones for me are what didn't kill it for me. I still think it's a phenomenal match. Let's run it back a bajillion times.
Oh yeah.
So they can. I think it's the fact that Takeshita hasn't worked with either of these two really that much.
That could be
You
it.
have that match with Ospreay and Ricochet, and they're hearkening back to the 2000s.
Yeah.
2012.
I mean, just the match they had a couple weeks
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
Sure.
So
And I'm sure when two guys like that meet up in the ring, it's like riding a bike. They'll be able to run.
I'm
it
not
back,
against.
No problem.
I mean, Ricochet cut a promo Wednesday saying he wanted Takeshita one-on-one
that would be
because
fun.
he didn't get pinned. Will Ospreay got pinned.
I like that. I
mean,
that. It's a good point. Solid point.
I love that Ricochet's got a little swag to him now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little-
Maybe he's figured it out. Maybe he's figured it out when we were kind of criticizing the promos that he was putting out. I would think two routes. Obviously, maybe Ospreay continues onto the title picture, the world title picture.
I think he's got a feud with Fletcher first.
Okay, I think that's definitely it.
You've
got to deal with the Don Callis family. Finally, get over that, and then on to something else.
And my thought process is Callis is probably going to make him go through every person in the Callis family to get to Fletcher.
Sure, I mean that's kind of classic. Like Chris Jericho route did that as well with everybody else in that sort of group. When everybody would go to Jericho, you got to beat Sammy Guevara first. Oh, you got to go beat LAX first, or Proud and Powerful. And then Takeshita, is it too much to ask for a unification between them and Okada? I just want to see Okada and Takeshita.
Everyone wants to see it. It's gonna end up being either All In at Texas or
Yeehaw.
All Out in Chicago.
Yeehaw, bish. Right?
What's up?
Yeah.
I'll let you take this one.
Yeah.
Hologram defeats the Beast Mortos 2-1 and falls.
Yeah,
What did
2
you
out
think?
of 3 falls. And, I think Excalibur put it in best fashion that classic Lucha Libre rules, this would be the standard. 2 out of 3 falls is basically the standard. So these guys knew how to pace themselves. They knew how to get it going. They both were flying around. Again, you see the Beast Mortos. You're like, what the? How is he? He's moving and grooving.
That size of dude should not be doing the things that he's able to do.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. He looks like Ishii, but flies around like Ricochet. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
so
nice.
they had a fun match. Again, I'm not gonna put it up in the Hall of Fame or nothing like that, but for just for the introduction of like, hey, this could be another division or another introduction into what AEW can produce, because it gave me like mid 2000s cruiserweight vibes.
WCW kind of vibe.
Yeah, gave me that feeling. And I always say mid 2000s for me because that's where I was able to actually enjoy it. But yes, but no, for sure, the cruiserweight division in WCW. Yeah, I mean this was
Killed it.
awesome. This was
And
great.
it was an afterthought in WCW. They put it on so early, and they'd have the match.
And they're
Matches
like,
of the
oh.
pay-per-views. Guerrero and Rey Mysterio
Yeah.
to this day is one of the best matches I've ever watched.
Yeah, and of
when
course,
it comes
they
WCW.
stole it from Paul E. or he. What was the what? Kind of.
He stole Rey Mysterio from Paul E.
Okay.
Because Paul brought in Mysterio and Psychosis, right?
Yeah.
To do the extreme luchador matches,
Yeah, and they would
which
do the
were
same.
phenomenal.
And they
matches.
would do 2 out of 3 falls.
Great
So.
matches. So, to me, that it could be an avenue that they pursue. They are working closely with CMLL, so it would be interesting if something develops.
Like it's not a matter of it'd be nice to get a foundation of like, okay, these are good, well-known names. Don't need to be humongous stars, but just be well-known. Like get a household name maybe to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like we just be that, and then build from there. Like you'll see guys like okay, whoever it may be. But this could be cool. This could be a nice addition to what AEW can introduce.
Darby Allin defeats Brody King.
Yeah.
This was funny enough. I'll give you a story. So Monica texts me and goes, "How was your bloody pay-per-view?" And I said, "Actually, there was no blood."
Yeah.
Like Danielson had the little scrape on his eye, but other than that, there was no blood. But I said, this might have been one of the more violent pay-per-views I've watched in a while, because some of the things these guys were doing looked like it really hurt.
Oh yeah.
Brody getting thrown off the top onto the steel steps made me cringe.
That was tough. That was tough for sure. It probably made it a little bit better that it, flat back landed.
Yeah,
straight.
flat back. He landed perfectly.
Yeah,
but
landed like
still,
you're supposed to. But yeah, there's no padding there on that metal steel or metal
No.
steel.
So
Those steel steps.
in my eyes, this is now. They've set it up now. Darby losing to Mox. I think this is the beginning of Darby getting that run that everybody's been talking about, to where he will challenge for the AEW title. But something's going on. that being said, I want to bring something up to you.
Sure.
None of the House of Black was at that match.
No.
Brody shakes his hand. Is this a face turn for Brody?
That was very interesting to see as well. I was kind of
Because
yeah.
Malachi and Buddy go bye-bye.
Yeah, we were one of my buddies and I were kind of sitting there and thinking, we were all kind of thinking that same thing, kind of just like, oh, the handshake. Yeah, no, that could make a ton of sense right there. Kind of, he needs to make his own route.
Why he's not a singles? No offense, but of the three that were House of Black, he's had the best singles matches.
He's had the best singles run. He gave him the most push. I mean, he could get. I know they gave Malachi finally the TNT title, but only really kind of to transfer it to Adam Pearce or Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce? What? When that happened?
I don't know. Adam Copeland. Yeah.
Young Bucks retain against Private Party. A little sad about that.
Yeah,
And the match was kind of flat.
Yeah, that's kind of. Felt like it was a little long. Yeah, no.
I wouldn't say long, just
maybe just because it was
felt,
flat.
Yeah, it felt flat for me. There was you compare it to the first time that they met up with Private Party, and there was no.
Yeah, I wouldn't say going through the motions, but I would say it's just when they were trying, it just wasn't hitting. Just it's feel like maybe we've seen this before. It could be a mixture of that. It's just also Private Party's done nothing, and then all of a sudden they have a title shot
hard.
for and then in quick fashion too. Quick. It wasn't a build that we could actually. Like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, I could finally, they got some actual legit, they didn't beat FTR. They didn't beat anybody that was worth anything.
Can we talk about something real quick?
Sure.
People that were at ringside, Stokely Hathaway and Top Flight. I thought Top Flight was heel turning. You go to Wednesday, where Mox and the crew decide they're going to beat up everybody.
Yeah. They run this place. They do the. They
and
call
Top
the shots.
Flight comes out and starts helping out and is now defending AEW. I'm like, what's going on? Pick a lane.
Yeah, you have to.
If you want to.
Well, they're doing the directing. They got to.
Yeah,
They're doing the flight directing.
Although I'll be very honest with you, watching Leo Rush against a big man is super fun.
Oh, Dynamite, yeah.
That was amazing fun. I had a blast.
And honestly, it was kind of the flip because
Leo looked good.
we saw similar matches on WrestleDream with Darby and Brody. Obviously, the smaller guy Darby getting the win, and then the flip side on Dynamite you get Shelton and Leo Rush, and you get Shelton getting the win.
Fantastic.
Shelton looked like he hasn't missed a beat. Shelton looked like he was.
Shelton's never. I'll say one thing. That high knee from the floor when Leo's jumping out of the ring, I was like, Shelton's like 40s.
Yeah.
That's not like a 20-year-old dude doing that. That's a 45-year-old dude
essentially
who's built like a brick house.
Was basically on his back from the ground and just hop back up. Just absolutely ridiculous.
I do love the statement. I think it was Tony Schiavone. I've heard that this guy might be the greatest athlete to ever be a professional wrestler. I can't argue with it.
No.
Shelton Benjamin did things in WWE that are still being copied to this day.
Oh, yeah.
Running up ladders.
Basically, I mean, that Money in the Bank ladder match, that was his playground every single time.
Yep.
Royal Rumble elimination spots or Kofi Kingston's little move. Anything and everything that is done in Money in the Bank still is basically based off him.
By the way, it's not listed on here. I don't see it. We got to talk about this real quick. Swerve Strickland's promo
yes.
with MVP was fantastic, and Nana made it even better.
Yeah.
Talking about the funds going up and more come missing, and Nana just zips up his jacket really quick to hide all his gold. And I still hear you're selling dope in a playground at a high school.
Gotta do that. No, maybe it was just the coffee. He was selling the coffee too.
It was so good.
Selling his coffee.
But I like where this is going.
Yes.
They
were swerving us there. I mean,
AEW
honestly.
did say that the reason that Bobby Lashley did not make his debut at WrestleDream was because they thought it would be overkill and they don't want to overshadow BobbyLashley joining AEW. So with MJF coming back and Adam Cole, they didn't want to just be like, here's another one.
It would have been cool for the trifecta, but
Have they ever
I
done
do
the
understand that.
trifecta? They've done Danielson, Cole, and then that was the only time there was like a double.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think. Nah.
Yeah, I think they made the right call there.
Yeah, good move. Good move.
Mark Briscoe retains against Chris Jericho. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Anytime you want to rewind that one.
Yeah, I think they are.
They are.
Very interesting that they went second to last with it. Maybe they recognized that, I guess, Jericho was the one. Like, okay, time to get up into Jericho match. But Jericho, like, this was a solid match.
I think it wasn't about Jericho as much. I think Jericho was like, I want people to see Briscoe.
Yeah.
And putting him back at the back end of it, it'll be more memorable for people.
Trying to make it a little bit about Jay integrated too. He used the J. I know Chris used the Jay Driller, but also Mark did as well.
What a horrible looking finisher though. God, there's no. You better hope and pray the dude does it right, because there is no protection on that.
I trust him.
No protection on that Jay Driller at all. It's almost as bad as the Styles Clash.
Scotty, you want to try it? I'm trying the. All right. In between the commercial, we'll give it a shot. I don't know about that. I'm very safe. But yeah, this is fun. Yeah, run it back. They will do it.
And then finally, Moxley wins the AEW World Championship over Bryan Danielson. What a match. It did come out that Danielson wanted to lose to Mox.
Funny enough, like you mentioned, this was clean throughout. Even my girlfriend that we watched, she's like,
nobody's bleeding.
I think that was the first match with Mox that he didn't bleed. I go, you're right. That was a good. I mean, not the first one, but she was like the first one that she saw. I'm like, it's been a first for a while. Yeah.
To me, this was about the wrestling, and I think that's what Bryan wanted. Wanted it to be about the wrestling.
And I think that was, and probably the last time he didn't bleed was probably the last match he had with Danielson.
I'm telling you right now,
Respects
man.
him too much.
Mox, that was. Where'd you get that from? Was that their first one?
That had to be.
That had to have been their first one. There's no way. There's no way that happened in the first event. He got carted off, bro. Carted off.
Like, it would be crazy to put a bag over his head and then hug him afterward.
He didn't. He got carted out.
Yeah.
There was no hug. That's from the first one.
Yeah.
I'll guarantee you.
That.
It's okay, Scotty. We won't yell at you. I'm letting you know that's from the first time they went. That being said, were you surprised Wheeler turned?
Yeah and no, I guess, but I get it. It would be hard for him to not. I don't know. Could put him out on an island like that. Still, he's not ready for a solos run in any sort of way for him to be carried on by himself. So
well, they still got the trios tag team championship.
Yeah, and that it could be him playing them. You know, he'll bounce back and forth.
That'd be an interesting one, trying to get Wheeler over.
Yeah. He screws over during the trios match, and then tries to beat up on Pac, and then beats up on Claudio just to try and get to Mox or some sort of way. I think that could be the route, but yeah, Wheeler just yet, no, he's not ready to be out just by himself and then face. They're not calling themselves Blackpool Combat Club anymore.
It wasn't about the title either.
No,
they put that title. Never seen anyone struggle so hard to put a title in a bag in my entire life. Claudio could not get that title into that gym bag for his life.
It's a heavy belt. It's like a 40-pound belt, dude.
That being said, you also had Claudio given the death kick. Chair around Danielson's neck,
Yeah,
and he comes down full force with his foot.
yeah. Then the locker room comes out trying to save him.
Locker room empties out. Darby's emotional, crying in the corner,
Makes sense. He's emo.
and then they couldn't untape him. They were cutting, and I'm like, guys, his hand is really. They had like an X-Acto knife, and I'm like, guys, be careful. His arm is really close to that front
Yeah,
man.
I've seen I've been in some hard some of those workshops before. Don't use those with the X-Acto knives. They could be dangerous.
Yeah.
They're pointy.
So what do you feel is next for Danielson?
You know, I'm thinking a tease of part-timing only coming out when.
Well, he has to have neck surgery.
Yes, so
So I'm assuming that's what's first.
I would think at least gone for about a year.
Okay.
You got to let this simmer. And if he's ever to come back or to make a return, it's going to be at Wembley. It's going to be at, Forbidden Door, something like that. Whatever the big shows are going to be across the pond, or just maybe in Australia or something like that. And it would have to be for exactly that. Either put somebody over or to put down the most dastardly evil that's going on in AEW. Shane McMahon. So, well, that would be kind of crazy. But in that sort of way, yeah, I would think they're gonna really stretch out his time, and exactly that. Only come in for any sort of spots. If he's ever gonna wrestle again, it's gonna be in AEW. So
Yeah, he said he has no desire at this time to go back to WWE. I eventually believe he will, but not to
for
wrestle.
his Hall of Fame run.
Yeah.
In about 10, 15
No,
years.
I don't even think it'll be a Hall of Fame run. I think he just signs as like a producer or something.
Yeah.
And they put him in it. Because that's what he's going to be doing for AEW. He's going to
Trainer.
be a producer and part of creative, because he already is with TK.
He'll help out the youngins.
Adam Cole's back. Is it a true babyface turn? I don't think so. I think it's going to be. I think they're going to have a lot of anti-hero kind of stuff going on, where are they a bad guy? Are they a good guy? You really don't know. They might do some bad things.
It'll depend on who they're facing, type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah.
Blurring the lines, man.
lines.
Blurring the lines.
Yeah, their interaction on AEW, of course, he comes out. It kind of establishes that he's going to be the face for what's coming up between him and MJF, obviously. I couldn't wait to come back. I love being here. What sucked about being not here
But
is
at the
not being
same
in front of
time,
you guys.
MJF had points
Of course.
to what Cole said.
He always does. He's not an idiot. He's always
You're the
talking.
one that turned on me. I didn't turn on you.
Yeah.
I don't have trust in anybody anymore because of you.
Yeah, can't trust nobody.
Hey, valid points.
They were
valid
friends.
points.
Kangaroo kick. Does that mean nothing? I guess not.
It's so sad. Anything else you want to talk AEW?
No, I think that was we already touched upon it earlier. Like, the dynamite spot for me of the week was definitely Leo Rush and Shelton Benjamin. So, tip of the cap. Like I said, that guy can still go. The knee, it was somewhat botched because he fell backwards on his
care.
back. But yeah,
Don't care.
he'll do that again, and he'll make a correction. Everything looked good. That looked fun. Almost like I said in both of those, that was like when you faced your little brother in the basement type deal. That's kind of how it felt in that one. So
A little bit.
yeah, that was good. Honestly, like I said, all around WrestleDream, it's pretty solid. So,
What, Scotty?
Yeah.
Oh, our grades? I told Nick on Monday,
Yeah.
top to bottom, the best pay-per-view I've seen all year.
I'll
Top
give
to bottom.
Gonna give it an A. So
I'll give it an A+. I will. It beat out All In. It beat out All Out. It's beaten everything AEW's done to this point this year.
I mean, yeah, just from top to bottom, how balanced it was. Yeah, you would have
Even
to,
the women's matches were solid.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Solid matches.
100%.
And thank God we didn't have to deal with Mercedes Moné.
Not till Dynamite.
Oops, did I say that out loud? Damn it. All right, when we come back, time to talk WWE here on BK Dub. BK Dub.
Hey, watch your mouth. Wine. I'll just put a quarter in the swear jar. Once it's filled, we get a Coors party after work.
I've been drinking Coors since my college days. The cold draft taste is second to none.
Yeah, worth the recorder, am I right?
You know it, mother.
Hey, get those reports done?
Yeah.
No. You, sir.
Attention, employees.
The staff meeting, scheduled for this evening, will now be held tomorrow early as
Who's all? Dudes, we're only 75 cents short. Oh, shh. Boss.
Hey, sir. Go yourself.
You're fired!
The Chicagoland area has a large number of lonely dogs currently filling shelter pens, just waiting to find a family. Nothing adds warmth to a home like a wagging tail and a warm pair of brown eyes. If you are considering adding a dog to your household, visit the Anderson Animal Shelter, where adoption counselors can assist you in selecting your new best friend. Make your house a home. Adopt a shelter dog. To see a current list of adoptees, visit their website at www.andersonanimalshelter.org or meet them in person at 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin. Don't have room in the home for a new furry family member? Donations of toys, collars, and soft or hard non-perishable dog food are always accepted and are greatly appreciated. All animals are spayed or neutered and are waiting with tails wagging to find a loving home. Visit 1000 South LaFox Street in South Elgin or www.andersonanimalshelter.org for more details.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling
Give me a hell yeah.
with No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.
And welcome back to BK Dub. BK Dub. Bad Karma Wrestling. It's me, David Double D Dykstra, with my boy Nick No Gimmicks Johnston.
Uh-huh.
That's a gimmick. You can't do that.
I know it, right?
Just blew it already. No gimmicks.
I know.
All right, on to WWE, where the Bloodline gets their butts handed to them on SmackDown. Even after Jimmy comes out there and tries to help out, they get scallywhacked, donkey kicked, and overall beat up
Yeah.
by the new
And
Bloodline.
That's how SmackDown ends with the,
Jimmy going, we need help.
We need help.
We need help.
Need help.
Fast forward to Raw. Jimmy gets done defending his title. Has an issue with Braun Breaker. Jay. Sorry. Whatever. They're twins. Jay has an issue with Braun Breaker, which I don't know if I like the fact that they're doing this again, but we'll see how it works out. If they're just going to give the belt back to Braun, I got issues.
Yeah. Just bounce back and forth like that too quick.
Very emotional start to Raw. And then he's headed back to his locker room, opens the door, and there be Jimmy going, can we talk? And Jay just kind of went deuces. And then they run into each other again as Jay's trying to leave. And Jay goes, I don't want nothing to do with that family anymore, and just leaves. So, of course, you're going to have the back and forth until at least the end of October, early November.
Yeah. Bloodline, if you missed it. That's basically all caught up right now. Some are asking for a Sami Zayn appearance. Some are asking, yes, we want the Yeet back in there. This is just
It's going to be War Games. You know,
it's going in
gonna be
circles. It's setting up for War Games, which could be that'd be very interesting to see for sure. But I mean, it's tough to keep.
Zilla.
Is that the only cure to keep adding more and more to the bloodline?
Listen, they've already signed one that's just sitting around twiddling his thumbs.
That's true.
And then if they're going to eventually sign Zilla. Now,
Yes.
whether Zilla just goes straight to the main roster or not is yet to be seen, but
Might have to, just to, again, to replenish and to renew the storyline.
that being said, storyline outside the storyline, Vince Russo opened up his big fat mouth
Oh,
again
thank you. I did have that highlighted. I was gonna write that. I added that.
and said he thought it was stupid that Jey Uso got so emotional at the beginning of Raw because he won the Intercontinental title.
Unbelievable. For winning a prop, as Vince Russo
Prop.
said. Winning a prop, as he said. One of the most important titles in WWE history.
Yeah.
The Intercontinental title.
A prop.
I mean, yes, yes. Okay, sure. Even if you want to sign it and say it's a prop, this prop holds so much history,
Prestige.
so much prestige would
How
be
many
the word
world
for sure.
champions have first been Intercontinental champions?
Yeah, it's just, and even that, it's just being recognized from the writers or just the
As
as
one of the
anybody's
best
like
workers.
being worthy of hold the belt. This is all what as we recognize as fans and everybody else is the workhorse title belt in the WWE at least. Yes, get emotional. Recognize this as a good title, as a good thing. Again, this is being seen like you won something. You're being recognized.
Do we want to talk about the rebuttal
Sure.
from Rikishi?
Oh, I mean Rikishi had exactly that. The best rebuttal. Keep my child's name out of your mouth.
Go F yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vince, I hope you don't show up backstage anywhere anytime soon and you run into Quiche.
Quiche
is
I don't
going to
think he
hurt
does.
you.
I don't think he does that. He'll probably see him at a meet and greet somewhere. That'll be
Quiche is going to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, I didn't meet bro. I was just kidding. Bro. He says bro every other word. It's
Kidding.
amazing. It's amazing.
You weren't kidding.
No.
You were trying to stir the pot, and you stirred it the wrong
I mean,
way.
Rikishi, better point also was, you could, you're not going to go 45 minutes. You're going to use your pencil. That's all you've done your entire life. You sat behind the keyboard, you write, that's all you do. You write this stuff up. And it's all, at best, what he writes is awful. Like,
Vince, you do realize that you've now pissed off the family of the Wild Samoans.
makes no sense.
You're dead.
You might not have a nose by
You're dead. You're dead.
by 2025.
You're dead.
Yeah, that's just what they do.
On to some sad news.
Yeah.
AJ Styles is legitimately hurt.
Yeah.
In his return to WWE, he ended up doing something. What did he break again?
Liz
Frank
foot
in his foot.
injury.
Not good. And the quote from AJ was, as the kids say, "I'm toast."
Yeah, I'm cooked. He's done. That's gonna if it's as lengthy as he says. Yeah, about a year or so. That's gonna be. It's very unfortunate, obviously.
Liz Frank is a very, very temperamental injury, to the point where people have been out year two, or just retired.
It's kind of case by case. It's not really like, oh, this is a for sure timetable like an ACL. It's like, okay, yeah, anywhere between 6 months to a year.
Do
for
what all
sure.
the other wrestlers are doing, man. Go down to Mexico and get that stem cell, baby. I'm legit. They're posting it on TikTok now. Hey, down in Mexico, getting my stem cell done.
Not a doctor, by the way, but yes, go ahead, figure out. Go to any one of your advisors and maybe figure that out. But yes, I would anything to get healthier.
Surgery
is my
first,
advice.
then stem cell later.
Sure. Yeah. Again.
I'm a professional. My mom was a nurse.
Okay, no, fair enough. That's more than I would know. Your Honor, his mother wasn't there.
I win. Kevin Owens close to signing an extension with WWE. Thank God. I don't want Kevin going anywhere.
Yeah, at this point he's kind of he's established his own in WWE. It'd be hard to.
And I think
anywhere else.
with Triple H now being in charge, Kevin will be able to do more of Kevin stuff on screen.
I just hope he finally gets a title run. Like, will he finally get his own title?
Well,
Will he finally get a singles title?
He did just beat the bejesus out of somebody.
Yeah, but is that really going to lead to a world title change?
I don't know if it'll be a change. Do you think they'll have 2 War Games? Really? 2 War Games? There's a female and a male.
4 rings. Yeah.
Extreme Warm Games.
Or, they used to do World War III in WCW. They love ripping off.
That was the worst idea ever on God's green earth.
I remember being a kid when they put it up on old on-demand.
3 rings of Battle Royals? Holy...
Yeah. That old plug to get either WWE 24/7, they would put up old pay-per-views. They put up World War III. Like, oh, that's a great idea. 3 rings, all that action. They did such an awful job. It looked awful.
Camera work was horrid.
Yeah.
They couldn't keep up with who was getting eliminated. It was god-awful.
Yeah,
God-awful.
It was like 90 people
and then
in
you
these
had
3 rings.
The Wizard, a.k.a. Kevin Nash, coming out in his whatever the hell that was.
That was a big old Oz.
Oh, that's what it was. Oz. His name was Oz.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar teased, or at least some thought it was, the big man couldn't do that what Brock brings.
Huh?
If they let Brock back in WWE, I'm going to have a really hard time with it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm kind of that's the other point that we had there. It was just like what big man like can't do what Brock already like does or brings. Bronson Reed can't be the new dominant big man that runs and destroys people.
No, because there's freaking crickets when he comes out.
Okay, but again, it's just it doesn't help him when it's like
Goldberg.
tsunami,
Goldberg.
tsunami. Really? That's a bad move there, Jim. I
think you got one. I think you got a big man that you let go that could have been that dude.
Who is that exactly?
Dijak.
Yeah.
I understand why they let him go. I really do.
Yeah.
He was leaking stuff to the press.
He was a rat.
He was a
What
rat.
we do with rats?
He was a rat.
Yeah.
But there's a big man that could have been that dude.
Definitely could have helped there for sure.
Obviously not going to be Braun Strowman. His groin isn't gone.
No, that's donezo. That's a tough one.
No, not big enough.
Yeah, not tall enough. That's also kind of a part of the factor. And Damian Priest at this point is like he's not threatening enough, and he's also a face.
I got one.
So
I got one. Height. Big dude. Why not make Drew McIntyre that next?
I was
dude?
leaning that way as well.
The Scottish Psycho.
Yeah, just go full on like that. Just really make him the dominant force.
Not on purpose though. That was accidental.
Yeah.
But boy, does he bleed.
Yeah. And that's exactly, you could kind of maybe rip it off of that. You're like, oh, the staples in my head, and I got all crazy.
I'm telling you, he could come back and be like, something happened in that Hell in the Cell.
Where you can't talk. Can't speak.
I'm not that dude anymore.
Yeah.
I will destroy everyone.
That could be the route.
Oba.
There you go.
Me likey Oba.
So we just named a bunch of guys there. Don't need Lesnar.
No.
So there you go. Don't do it.
Blech.
Not worth it. There'll be more backlash from it for sure. So,
I'm reading.
Okay.
Which division is more lacking, and which could be easier to save? The tag division or the women's division?
Yeah.
What's wrong with the women's division right now?
Rhea Ripley is the only thing going, basically.
I like Liv. I genuinely like Liv.
That's what I'm saying. With
SmackDown women's division is awful.
Yeah.
And there's one reason and one reason why. Nia Jax. She can't have a good match. I'm sorry. I apologize. I know you like her.
I can put the gimmick aside for sure, but yes, you got the matches they're bad. They're not anything to write home to about for sure. Overall, that's what I'm saying.
The way you fix SmackDown women's division, Tiffy.
I guess so.
Tiffy is that girl.
Tiffy could add something. I feel like that's kind of. Hopefully, it's not the same where it's always like, oh, the chase for the title is always more exciting than the actual title reign.
No, the title reign will be solid.
Okay,
because she can actually have great matches with fellow female wrestlers.
Yeah, I just feel like at this time, Bianca and Jade, they haven't done nothing.
Let's just say this right now. Get rid of the women's tag belts. If you want to do belts for the women, yes, get rid of them.
Yes.
There aren't enough specialist tag teams for the women's division. Yeah. They're putting people together. If you want to do other titles, do the women's intercontinental, do the women's US, that kind of stuff. That'd be okay with me.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, no, that's what they did. Doing a mid-card title.
Yeah.
Women's speed.
I think the tag team division is going to be very easy to fix, especially with the people that are coming in.
That's what I felt too, with Motor City Machine Guns debuting tonight. So that'd be pretty solid.
War Raiders
making a return. They were made a nice
and look solid.
Yeah, and that was only because one of them was injured, correct?
Eric, both of them were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ivar went on little singles run, but got injured in the singles run, so they were both out.
That's a bummer.
Eric looks like he's trimmed up. They both look like they had gotten a little sloppy.
Possibly.
A little comfy.
Yeah.
But now that the War Raiders, no more gimmick of they still have some Viking stuff, but they came out in leather cuts.
Yeah. And then, when Rey Fenix is done with the extra extended time, obviously the Lucha Brothers will come in.
Tony, just let him go.
No, don't let him go.
No.
Do the business side of things.
No,
because this is what happens. Because if he would have let him go, everyone would just said, "Oh, he's so soft. He's such a soft guy. Business first, make money." And then you let him, and then you don't let him go. Oh man, he's petty. He's just like Vince McMahon. Get out of here. You can't. You gotta pick a lane.
You've now held him, I believe, 4 months past what his original expiration date was.
Hold him longer.
And you haven't done anything with him, so let him go.
No. He's got to do his time. He's got to earn it.
You're paying a dude to not do no work whatsoever.
Yeah, not my money.
A little silly in my eyes. That being said, anything else you want to talk about WWE style?
No, I think we're good. What was the verbal war? Did we already get to that?
Verbal war?
You said you had a verbal war to get to.
The Rikishi.
Yes. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Then we got
Vince Russo thing.
We're all set there. I think so.
All right.
WWE
when we
in the
come
books.
back, we enter Scotty's world of wrestling. Oh crap!
Get on the rocket ship.
See you in a little bit. Pray for us. Bye.
Man, I'm so hungry. I need somewhere to eat fast. I have no idea where to go.
Psst. Hola, me llamo El Taco de Taco. You know where to go for the amazing taste that'll have you craving more? Taco Bell.
All right, can I get 20 tacos, please?
You got it.
Thanks, Taco.
De nada.
Good. That's it. Eat the tacos.
Taco Bell. Live más.
Wear your best attitude. Feel the power. Run towards your goals. Make each footprint count. Believe in yourself. Mark the difference. Just do it.
Celsius, the fastest growing energy drink in America. 0 sugar, low calories, and 200 milligrams of caffeine. Celsius is the ideal drink for anyone who wants to get the most out of their day. 4 distinct flavors: orange, kiwi guava, wild berry, white peach. Drinking Celsius prior to fitness activities has proven to accelerate your metabolism, burn body fat, and provide essential energy. Celsius. Live fit. The official drink of Chad Podcast.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling.
Give me a hell yeah!
With No Gimmick Nick Johnston.
It doesn't matter how you feel!
And David Double D Dykstra.
Welcome back to Bad Karma Wrestling. BK Dub.
BK
Nick No Gimmicks Johnston. David Double D Dykstra. Jesus criminy Christmas. Here we go. Into Scotty's World of Wrestling.
I got one before we get into this, actually. Just
all right.
The Bella Twins' mother divorced John Laurinaitis. Just
what?
On some TMZ stuff. Yeah, I wonder why. But
I can only speculate why she would divorce him.
Yeah.
Oh, the Bellas and all the Bellas are divorcing people.
Yeah.
Nikki divorced her husband, or is getting a divorce from her husband. Mama Bella is divorcing John Laurinaitis. Bree, don't do it.
Bree, don't do it.
Brian's a good
dude. If you
dude.
know what's good for you, I think
Brian's a good dude.
Yeah.
And he's doing what you asked him to.
Yeah, all the time. Brian's good.
All right, Scotty. What you got?
That's some wrestling hot takes.
Okay.
Search Twitter, YouTube, Reddit to say what people think about the state of professional.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Here we go.
Number 1.
Drew McIntyre should retire John Cena.
No! There's one person and one person only that should retire John Cena. His name be Randy Orton.
Yeah, I mean, Drew. What connection does Drew have with John Cena? There's not really much there. I know you could obviously draw.
Unless you're really trying
one.
to put Drew over as a super big time heel.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them are going at.
No, Randy.
Drew McIntyre's loss to CM Punk can push him over to that kind of gimmick.
That craziness that he needs to retire what they would think is the best in WWE.
Randy Orton.
Yeah,
it's Randy.
The only right way out is Randy.
WrestleMania, him and Randy Orton.
Well, no, he's wrestling until December of next year.
Yeah.
He won't retire at WrestleMania.
He should retire at WrestleMania. If you're doing it right, you retire at WrestleMania.
Yeah, what is he gonna retire at TLC? What's the December pay-per-view? I don't even know.
New Year's
Revenge. New Year's Evolution or
Revolution.
He'll retire at the NXT pay-per-view. All right, on to the next one there, Jim. CM Punk's second WWE run is better than his AEW run. Sure. But it's way too early. He's only had Drew McIntyre.
That's it.
Yeah. I would still put MJF's and CM Punk's feud over anything that CM Punk's done in probably a decade or two.
Yeah.
So
I would agree with that.
I mean, that's just straight up wrong. Now that I've kind of talked my way around it. So I mean that's
WWE is so much better than AEW.
Like I said, the biggest pop in his career probably coming back, obviously from Survivor Series, but the best feud he's had in the last 20 years is probably been MJF. You could maybe throw in Jeff Hardy in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, or early 2010s.
Him and Taker was pretty damn good.
Him and Taker were good, too. That was pretty solid.
Him and Taker was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Because Taker showing up right underneath, I mean. Because it was basically right back underneath. It was fantastic. But, yeah, I would disagree.
What else you got?
WWE never needed Cody Rhodes when they already had Seth Rollins.
This was something I saw. Pull it up real quick. Someone said that they never really needed him. They could have gave the push to Seth Rollins to take down Roman Reigns and would have been just fine.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, that's hard to say no. Hard to say no there on that one.
Oh.
Y'all aren't ready for this conversation.
By the way, can we talk?
I think I'm ready for the conversation. I think that's just a good realization that, you know what, that could have been could have came full circle with the Shield.
Can we talk for a moment though?
Oh, of course.
Is Seth going heel?
Is he? Is that the route right now? He's having a dark match or a WWE live event.
Jay interrupted him on Monday night, and he did not look happy about it.
Why would you be happy if someone interrupted you?
I'm just saying. It's twice now where somebody's come out and he's kind of been like, "Do you know who I am?" kind of thing.
Okay, yeah.
Not said it out loud,
puffing
but
out his chest type deal. Yeah. Getting his designer shades all greasy with his, probably taking them off with his hands.
Do not have Seth Rollins' job to Jey Uso.
Don't do it. Let's not do that. Come on now.
100%.
If he wasn't broken.
Listen, here's the thing. 100%. Here's the thing.
Rollins could have finished the story, yeah.
And continued the story. Cody hasn't continued the story at all.
Yeah.
At all. The fact, if they don't put Gunther over at Crown Jewel, it'll be criminal. But they're not going to. They're going to put it on Cody.
Yeah, and the more I look at that Crown Jewel title, the more I hate it. Crown Jewel.
Everything's bigger in Saudi Arabia.
Gotta love that blood money.
What else you got there, buddy?
There we go. AEW should focus on developing homegrown talent instead of signing ex-WWE talent. Does that also work on the flip side with WWE signing New Japan, Ring of Honor, GCW, CMML, AAA, everybody else? Does that also work, or do they also have to worry about, because they're growing Daniel Garcia. They've only been handing Darby Allin everything since the start of time. MJF is a star. Jack Perry is a star. The Young Bucks have the titles. What other homegrown talent do they need to worry about? I rest my case.
The only real true blue old WWE guys that have gotten like serious pushes were Punk when he came back, because everybody knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Adam Page is right there.
Adam Copeland.
Okay.
And then Christian.
Yeah.
Those are the only three. If you think about it, all the other ones.
And for everything that they've got, they've given back and putting somebody over.
Yeah.
So.
Or breaking their leg.
They literally break a leg. So I'm just kind of, it's a very lazy take right now of, homegrown talent, because every single star right now that's in WWE is taken from somebody else. Because, Damian Priest was just the champion, Ring of Honor. Cody Rhodes is the champion, literally this version of Cody Rhodes is AEW Cody Rhodes. So
or Indie Rhodes.
Or Indie Rhodes. That's fair enough to say there too. So I just don't get it. Everyone's going to take from everybody, and like I said, all those names that I just mentioned. That's not even getting into the women's division either. So, again, I don't agree with that. That's insane. Yeah. Pro wrestling industry isn't in a boom period right now. It's just WWE. What does it's just WWE mean?
It's just like the whole industry isn't in a big boom period right now. Only WWE is. Everything else isn't in that.
I believe TNA set a record the last time they were in Chicago.
TNA sets a record. AEW sets records. I mean, there's indie shows every week, everywhere you go.
More people are going to indie shows. More people are checking out any kind of professional wrestling. We are in a golden age of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're a wrestling fan now, and you weren't a year ago.
My feed on Instagram is so deep in the woods on wrestling. Like, there's a guy that does like matches in his living room with his buddies, and like that's booming. They get 14,000 likes a video. Like, it's crazy.
So we need to start hitting each other with chairs.
I'm not against it for the views. You got to do what you got to do for the likes, my guy. All right, come on. I'm usually pretty solid with the. I've done some table spots with lighter fluid and fire before. I'm not opposed to it.
I mean,
it only burns for a little bit. You can grow your.
Also say that about syphilis.
You can grow your hair back.
It's not a good take, man. It only burns for a little bit.
Hey.
No man should want to hear that ever.
Well, not down there, but where you land. Also, like I said, flat back. That could also apply to that, maybe.
I'll just say this. For me, yes, WWE is killing it right now. Their stories are on point. The wrestling is getting better each week, I believe, because they're giving them time to let the wrestling get better. AEW's starting to pick back up again.
Yeah.
They had a little lull. I'll give them that. I think
maybe just a little hangover from doing all those international stuff.
Well, not just that, but I also think that, let's be real, losing your CEO to the competitor is a punch in the nuts.
Yeah.
You can sit there and say whatever you want, but Cody leaving that organization had to sting a little for some of those guys.
And it didn't help that you put all that into Punk, and then he also does the same.
Yeah, and Punk does the same. And it's not on them for the Punk thing. I think that was just,
It could be 50-50 at this point.
I'll call 50-50 on that. But they've rebounded quite well. I think you're going to see a lot of the old WWE guys that left for AEW start coming back to WWE, though. And it's going to be very interesting to me once that roster gets loaded even more than what it is now.
That's already seeming to be a problem.
Where are you going to put them? Where are you going to put them?
That's already becoming a problem where, I mean, at this point, LA Knight's kind of as an afterthought now.
He hasn't defended the title hardly at all.
I mean, that's kind of why I brought up that question of like the tag division, the women's
Carmelo
division.
Hayes and Andrade.
They're going for 7 now. That's going to be their 7th matchup, and I know it's like if they're doing an under the radar like best of 7, sure.
To Booker T and Chris Benoit because they don't want to bring up Chris Benoit's name.
They could do that. I'm fine with that, but like that's going to be their 7th time happening in a very short period of time. It's just and they're shortening Raw, so that doesn't help either. I know, but they're extending SmackDown, so it's basically a wash.
I think it might happen this week that they're extending SmackDown.
Okay.
When they
go to Netflix.
When Raw goes to Netflix.
Well, then only about 2 more months basically of that then. So because we're almost done with October. Okay. Well, that'll help.
Netflix has no issues. Netflix has told them that there's no time constraints.
Oh, okay. That'll be good.
Pay-per-views on TV.
Love it. I would love that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about, Scotty? No? That's it? That's all you got? All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week here on Blow. I almost did it. Bad Karma Wrestling. Because coming up next in about a half hour, 12:30, we transition to the radio side of things, and we do Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. It'll be me, my boy Andrew. We're bringing Pepe Light with us.
Yeah.
You gonna stick for a little bit?
Yeah, I got some time.
Oh, gonna have a little Johnston with us.
Yeah.
Too. So for me and No Gimmicks, this has been Bad Karma Wrestling. We will see you next week. Actually, Nick will see you next week because I can't make it next week.
Okay, yeah.
I can't make it next week because I got asked by he who shall not be named to stick around next Friday because BetQL Daily is going live from the Performance Studio. So he wanted me to stick around. So
Solid.
Of course,
Solid.
said yes because I never say no to him.
There you go.
So
In
it'll be
that
Nick
case-
Johnston and somebody else, or maybe
Yeah.
nobody else.
Get the subtitles ready. Maybe we'll get Alex going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You heard him. You heard him, Scotty. Get the subtitles.
Or
ready.
whoever that masked luchador was. I can't tell.
Senor Salvador.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, him and Alex have never been. You ever notice they've never been in the same room at the same time?
Never in the same room at the same time. It's really
crazy.
weird.
I've
I've wanted them to meet multiple times.
I wasn't watching that part. Either way, like
All right. Nick will see you next week. I'll hopefully see you the week after that. For me, David W. Dykstra.
No gimmicks, Nick Johnston.
We'll see you next time here on BK Dub.
This is Bad Karma Wrestling. With No Gimmick Nick Johnston
It doesn't matter how you feel.
and David Double D Dykstra.